for quiz number 2 practice, number 1 and number 2 are looking at the equations and figuring out your point and your m. The directions do not seem correct, so let's get rid of this part here. So I just want you to identify your slope and to identify your point. So for our labeling, we have y1 next to the y, m in the middle for slope, and then x with our x down here at the end. So our slope is just 3/4 there in the middle. Our point is always x and then y. And in this case, whenever you take the x out and the y out, they change to the opposite signs. Okay, same thing for number 2. So y1, m, and x1. So slope is -3. If you put -3 over 1, I would count that. And for your point, it's +9 and -4. So then for number 3 and 4, you're going to use that same idea that we just used up here to find the slope and the point and then graph them. So for your point, or for your slope, you want it to be a fraction since we're graphing, so 3 over 1. Our point is still going to be the opposite, so it'd be a -2 and a -1. And then we always graph with our point, so we're going to have to go over to -2, down to 1. And then you graph your slope, which is up 3 over 1. So from that point, up 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1. Also, you can go down 3, left 1. And then we can draw our line. For number 4, our slope is -3/5. Our point would be -1 and +3. And that's where we begin, at -1, +3. But since it says -3, that means we're going to go down 3. And the 5 is positive, so we're going to go right 5. And we can also go up 3, left 5. Okay, for number 5 and number 6, this one is just, you go to the x-axis and you put a point at 3. And you draw a line up and down, or vertically. Okay. For number 6, y is -2, so you go to the y-axis, put a point at -2, y at -2, and you go left and right, or horizontal. On the back, we have standard form. This is where we're just covering up each part and solving equations. So for here, to get our x, we would say 10x equals 20. Divide by 10. X is 2. For a y, we cover up the x. We have a +4y equals 20. Divide by 4. And y is 5. And then to actually graph it, you just go put a point at x is 2. So x is 2. Y is 5. And then you just connect those 2 points. Okay, on number 8, same way. Cover up your y, you get -8x equals 24. Cover up your x, you get 6y equals 24. And then solve. So to get x, we divide by -8, we get a -3. For y, we divide by a +6, we get 4. So x at -3, y at +4, and then connect. And that is it for review for quiz number 2.